We all know how some Karens can go to extra lengths to avoid accountability and turn everyday situations into full-blown drama. In a typical setting, when one is called upon to appear before a judge in a courtroom, one expects a little reverence, but not when it is Karen. You know things are going to get intense from there. Let's keep things straight. It's time for some hard-hitting courtroom drama. Today, in this video, you will get to see some ridiculous scenes where Karen challenges the court and, you can guess, fails. Of course. You won't want to miss the epic meltdown of a blunt Karen who disrespects the airline staff for the flight delay because being excessively drunk.
Stop. No! Why would I stop when you lie to me? How is anyone gonna stop anything when you lie to them?
A coughing Karen when she is surprised at the verdict and does not know what to say and leaves. A talkative Karen who won't let the judge speak, despite the consequences. So, get ready for some Karen drama you've never seen before. Starting with Karen, who thinks being American justifies her being rude and disrupting the whole environment. She got on a plane drunk and interfered with the airline's duties, thinking that she could easily get out of this situation. A very Karen move, though. She was not allowed to fly on that flight anymore, and cops were called on her for an arrest. But she didn't just seem to submit herself and constantly kept saying that it was not her fault, and she did nothing.
Calm down.
No, you know
Listen
that.
to me. Grab your
No,
bag.
you know that. You know that.
Give me another unit on the plane, please.
If you are ever gonna put your hands on
Grab
me,
your bag.
no, I will grab my bag. But you don't want to sit here and say what I have to say.
Listen, no one's
And
gonna
if
put their hands on you unless you
alright,
have to.
you
Grab
won't.
your bag and
Yeah,
just step off
you
here.
won't.
Okay, but I need you to get up.
No.
After officers asked multiple times to stand up and come with them, she manipulated the whole scenario and said that he saw the officer outside, and without the mask, they had eye contact, and that is why he is taking me off the plane. She was making no sense, just manipulating and disagreeing with what the officers said, when she was asked to get up because they were going to take her to jail.
I'm gonna take you off the
That
plane.
was already happening. Don't.
And you're going to jail, just so you
That
know.
was already happening.
It won't happen
Okay.
if you get up and walk out with me right now.
Yeah.
But if you're not
I
going
don't
to,
trust
Yeah.
that.
Right now, they're gonna deplane.
yeah.
As soon as they deplane, you're going to jail, okay? If you do not get up.
And if she didn't by herself, they would be forced to take serious action and put their hands on her to pick her up. But she twisted the words and told them they had no right to put their hands on her. What else do you expect? Manipulation is Karen's best friend.
I'm gonna ask you one more time, and then I'm gonna have to put my hands on you, okay?
For what reason?
Because you're not
Let me
listening.
ask you that. You're gonna
you're
put
not
no.
gonna fly. We're asking
And
you to
that's
step off
fine.
the
That's
flight.
fine. Why do you have a right to put your hands on me, though?
Okay, let's go, Russ. I'm trying to get you off the aircraft. That's
Right
all
to
we're
get
trying
me
to
off
do.
to do a control situation. If I get off the plane,
No.
you said you would.
Imagine getting constantly nudged on making eye contact. That's what Karen did. By being extremely delusional, she continually blamed the officer for the eye contact and kept crying and speaking nonsense things like the officer was misusing his power and arresting her for his good. But with every word she speaks, she puts a nail in her coffin. She was not just keeping quiet because she thought with all her manipulation she could escape prison. But Karen, clearly with that behavior, you cannot.
Your procedures,
Step out.
right?
Step out. Take your leg out.
Can I have your name, please? First, can we just adopt something
Okay.
that makes me want to be safe? Why can I not be safe?
Hey,
Why is this like this? This is not my human right. Stop! I would relax if you would let me. You're not.
Is she good?
Remember those COVID days back in 2020? When strict SOPs were followed to avoid the danger spreading. Mind you, it was June 2020, the middle of the pandemic, when Karen was roaming the store thinking the mask mandate did not apply to her. That's when another lady in the store asked her to wear the mask. But Karen, being Karen, did not listen to her and came closer to her with the "you don't tell me what to do" attitude and coughed at the lady's face.
Get real close to you and cough on you then. How's that?
Wow. No way.
It wasn't just a cough. It was done on purpose, calculated and mean. Karen stood there, puffed up, believing she'd won some kind of power struggle. Little did she know that her one unfortunate cough would take her behind bars. Turned out that the woman she coughed on was suffering from cancer, already having a life at stake and her little children to take care of. She was charged with misdemeanor assault, and a court trial was held on Zoom where no one showed up to speak from Karen's side because probably they were embarrassed too. The court hearings proceeded, and Karen was sentenced to 30 days in prison with a $500 fine and 6-month probation, and she was required to get her anger issues resolved. After hearing the verdict, she was bumped at the order of law. She left the meeting stunned and pitying herself. But you know how they say tit for tat.
Carson, the question is, when she doesn't have to report today, I give her an opportunity to get affairs in order. So how much time you need, Mr. Carson?
If I may have a moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
As her lawyer turns to discuss it with her, Deborah simply walks off screen, probably too stunned to speak. That's an interesting turn of events.
Virtual court trials are ones from which you can expect less drama, but where there is Karen, there is drama. A virtual court hearing for a custody case of a child was happening when the mother of the child, Karen, who belonged from Texas, disrupted the meeting with her unethical gestures and unnecessary talking. You can expect Karen to talk back, but this will still amuse you. She was sitting almost leaning very casually on a couch during this meeting, and what we see next is she starts imitating the lawyer. Didn't she want to win the case? Or what? Because this was not very tolerable, but still the kind judge warned her and proceeded with the hearing.
Go ahead, Lacey. Start talking. And so we have filed a motion for drug screening and a motion for a psychological exam based on that custody evaluation recommendations.
Blah, 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 blah.
Pause the hearing. I don't have an attorney. Can you give me some time to get an attorney? I haven't had adequate time to obtain an attorney, and my attorney withdrawed, and I'm going to need one appointed by the state.
But she stayed in her Karen element and kept the offensive behavior going. Firstly, she wasted the court time by bringing in useless questions and arguments, and when the judge asked her to do the drug evaluation test, she instantly confronted that she takes marijuana, and when asked how many times, she replied with, "All day, every day." I mean, lady, don't you care about the case? Or even worse, because marijuana is literally illegal in Texas.
I'm not going to pay for it because I'll tell you up front I'll fall for marijuana.
When's the last time you took marijuana?
I use marijuana daily. All day, every day. I use marijuana daily. All day, every day.
You'd thought this would end here, but it doesn't, and she makes the situation worse with everything she says next. She continued by saying that she takes drugs at her expense and not his husband's or anyone else's, and if the judge is going to charge her for that, he can give her a $100 fine. And she doesn't care. This was the it moment when the judge found her in contempt of the court and charged her for that. You asked for it, you are getting it. Did she stop here? No, of course, because how dare someone raged at her. She's Karen. She continued with her offensive behavior and was charged 3 times for contempt of court. This Karen would definitely give any Karen a run for their money.
Whose expense? Mine? Because if it's mine, I'm not doing it. Sanction, give me a $100 fee. Whoop, whoop.
I am fining you in direct contempt.
Okay, 1 fine.
Fining you $100.
Okay, make it 2. I said 2 words.
Which of those dates works better for you, Miss Stiles?
What time? 3 contempts.
You're correct, that is 3.
These Karens need to understand that the world does not revolve around them, and not everyone will tolerate your craziness. Alright folks, that's all for today's showdown of Karens. As has been evidenced time and again, sometimes drama just cannot call it a day. From disrespecting judges to disobeying all simple norms, one Karen after another presents herself as even unanswerable for basic etiquette. But as much as they do this, the law always gets hold of them. If you enjoyed this dose of Karens, don't forget to like and subscribe and never miss out on more epic Karen encounters. Who is your favorite Karen today? Tell us in the comments below or entertain us with the wildest Karen story you have seen or heard. See you in the next video.